Now what I need is a heated oven type to keep it hot in a rotating position, so that as I work on something, I can be having the part I just finished go into a heated area and then be able to not have the fracturing that I'm getting. I'm also thinking vermiculite. I've been told that works. This piece down here is what this red is. It's a soft glass, is what they're called. I didn't clean it. It evidently used to be a lampshade or something, so that means it still has its solder on there, and I probably won't end up cleaning it for that reason. That's also what this film is right here, is that remnant of solder. I'm really, really hopeful that this isn't going to just fracture the heck off and fall off. This area right here is trying my first attempt here at seeing what happens when I put silver rod on steel. This stuff here is just brazen rod. There, looks like there's a piece probably loose right there. Yep, it's loose. I think it lasts. And let's see, this right here came from I'm afraid that that might be actually lead. It was somebody that was over here experimenting with getting gold out of stuff, so that's probably actually lead. But it was one of those awesome things that did not fracture the glass, and it maintained itself as being on there. This piece right here is some yellow soft glass, and I used that for trying to get a marriage going on up here. That's why you do see the yellow glass tinge in there. I figured I could make soft glass join soft glass. So that was that little bit of experiment there. I have a rod right probably in my hand. Nope, that's my glasses. I just had it. It shows the ability for this one kind of, oh, there it is, right on. It is the very tip of this piece right here. If we can get a focus going and change. Yeah, there we go. This is actually a solder I used when I worked at a appliance manufacturer, and I did the soldering of the dryer part, which is right before the cooling coils. And this was really cool because this is solid glass, a rod, not tube, and it didn't fracture. It didn't need to be reheated, preheated, or nothing. Didn't put it in vermiculite, and it stayed without fracturing. So this is my high hope end that I'll be able to do that without any issues. I don't think I have anything else worth really talking about on this table right now. Let's see what is. I think that's, yeah. That's that silver solder, and then possibly lead. And this is all done with a oxygenator. And it definitely takes acetylene to be hot enough to do anything with the steel. I do use propane a lot for my glass melting. I have a really nice little torch that I do that with whenever I get back on it. But right now I'm on playing around with metal. I have 3 or 4 different tips now. One that does pre-mixing, one that doesn't. And it will probably work pretty good in this avenue. So I'm going to give it a whirl, see what happens. Right here, these are toes. And let's see, further discuss that. This is a toe, right here. This is toes. This is an arm coming up. Well, this is the calf, I guess you could call it, or the arm with an elbow, depending on how it turns out. This one right here is toes that can come further out. This is going to be further for toe. This is part of toe. This is arm, or liniment, whatever you want to call it, attaches to the toes. This is the same thing coming up over here. And these 3 pieces here will connect and either become a hand, or they will connect and be needing one more limb or a tripod. But this is really what I used to always do on my sculptures. If I throw it on the ground, it shouldn't break because it's welded. That's my opinion of these. Anytime that there is bubbling going on while you are welding, it is a fracture area, and that's because of too much oxygen. So that's one thing I loved about my sculptures. Once they were finited on the actual core, and I could drop them without things coming off, then I would start adding fingernails and stuff like that, the finer things that I don't want to drop it again. So that would be the point that I would add glass. But this is all just rod, and you can do it with hanger rods. You can do it with anything that's steel. You do want clean. You do not want rusty. So I'm not too sure what this happens here. It's probably rust. I do live on the coast. There's a lot of rust. There's always rust going on. But this is copper. I have a copper and brass pipe you see right here that bit the dust today. It came off of over here somewheres. So I'm never afraid when something falls off. That just means it wasn't supposed to stay there yet. And there goes the torch. So we want to put it, it should be cooled down enough now. Stick in there. Oh, it's not cooperating because I'm standing on the hose like a bad girl. I am the most disorganized, but I'm more organized now than before. So this here is somebody that fell off, but it is probably strictly footwork again, which is what everything starts out as. Then it gets to become more. And that is definitely rust. So these will make a liar out of me. I'm dealing with things with rust. See, that I thought was loose. Yep, that's loose. That is probably brass or copper for my rods. This could easily become a mouth with teeth. Yeah, I would say that's definitely rust going on. So I guess I do things with rust. That's got to be that pipe. This piece is here that this main thing's made out of with these 3 points to them right here and 3 points down here. They're actually 2 pieces of some scrapyard metal that I got. I live in a small town, so I was blessed with finding out where these pieces of scrap were apparently DNC cut out or whatever that is, that machine thing that you tell it to do something and it cuts everything for you. There's a fence for a driveway, and I have all their missing parts, or a bunch of them, and that's where this shape is coming from. Believe me, it wouldn't have come from me. I don't do normal. I just do abstract. So that's today's play. I'm feeling very good about playing when I do get to play. I am not taking a bunch of time to play. I was trying to get in 1 hour every week or every day. Then that's turned into an hour a month. So I'm going to try like heck to get that going a lot better. But as my loving roommate says, get my kiln going for it so I don't lose parts for fractures. My little experiments. And, of course, vermiculite. See what happens there. I like this right here. I think this is probably due to flux. Not too sure. We'll find out as time progresses. As a new artist, not starving, well fed, and old. This is the last month before I turned 66. So I've got to get some more creativity out. I've come up with 10 paintings that I definitely want out for my oldest daughter to give to a gentleman that does podcasts. Thinks they'll go great on t-shirts. So creativity still is in my head and blood. I'll always be creating something. Love to all, and happy arting. Be a good artist. Don't be a realist if you can't be one, but don't quit ever being an artist. I think everybody's got a little bit of it in them. Have a great day.